And welcome back to Inverness in the Spotlight. We're so glad that you are joining us and returning to our segment. With me is Laura Wilson.
Hi.
She was on a segment a couple weeks ago, so we're glad that you could return.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're one of our Inverness Old Town Merchants members. And so as an attorney, you offer many different services. And what is your specialty?
Well, I handle accident claims. I handle all types of accidents: auto, truck, ATV, boating, wrongful death.
So personal injury?
Yes.
Basically, okay. Okay, and how long have you been practicing in Inverness?
I've been in Inverness 14 years and came here fresh out of law school. In fact, Judge Thomas did my swearing-in ceremony.
Oh, nice, nice. And so is this the only place that you have worked? Is this your first time working in a law firm?
Oh, well, I started out working as a legal secretary when I was 21.
Okay. Then went to school.
Exactly.
Got the degree.
But I am also licensed in Michigan, and I've been practicing there 3 years.
Great. Is that where you're originally from?
Yes.
Very good. Well, welcome to Florida. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you.
And you're located in the Inverness area, correct?
Just west of the downtown area. It's in a historical neighborhood, and it's on Lake Street. And that's tucked back, looks out across the water over to the biking trail.
Very good, very good. And how many attorneys are in your office?
Well, I'm just a sole practitioner, but I do share space with another attorney.
Okay, great, great. Well, what would be something, a service that you offer that the community may not be quite aware of?
Well, I guess primarily, one of the things I've been doing recently is I do offer to review people's auto policy from a legal standpoint, not from an insurance standpoint, because I'm not an insurance agent.
Okay.
But I do offer to look at their policy free of charge and let them know what they have on it and how that will come into play if an accident were to happen, so they're better prepared.
Oh, wow. So you look at an auto policy from a legal aspect to make sure that their coverage, if they were to get, God forbid, into an accident, how their coverage would be for them individually.
Exactly. For example, in Florida's a no-fault state.
Okay.
And so when you have an auto accident, your own insurance policy pays for your medical expenses under your personal injury protection.
Okay.
Some people don't understand, though, that the personal injury protection, we call it PIP sometimes, that it only pays the medical expenses at 80%, which leaves 20% to be paid out of your own pocket. Now, if somebody came in and they had health insurance, for example, that would pick up the 20%. But if they didn't have health insurance, it might be very important that they speak to their agent about getting some medical payment coverage. And that picks up where the PIP leaves off.
Very good. So you, again, you're looking at it from the legal side to make sure that they're covered in the case of an accident, that they would be covered in different levels.
Exactly, and I just take time and explain it to them. I do it as a courtesy. It's a way for me to get to know people in the community. I do a lot of things like that.
Very good. Well, speaking in the community, and are you at different events that you have a table at and help get the word out about these different services that you offer?
I try to as much as I can. One of the things that I just did recently was I did the Inverness Old Town Association. They had the music on the square.
Oh yes, Elvis came to town weekend, and we had music on the square that weekend.
So I may have met some of the folks downtown. I was handing out some blue microfiber cloths.
Oh, how exciting! I do remember seeing you there. We were running around, but it was it was exciting. Well, very good. So it sounds to me like you really are a hometown attorney, trying to help service the community even beyond your personal injury.
Well, I would like to be thought of as that. There's really no reason for people to shop for an attorney out of town. We can offer the same services here in Citrus County, only a little better. And you know, we like to make sure that our clients feel like they're being taken care of, and to that extent they can drop in as they need to while we're open during the week if they have something to drop off or a question.
Very good. And what are your hours exactly?
Well, we're open Monday through Thursday from 8 o'clock until 5, and we take a standard lunch hour so
Sure.
that way clients know not to come 12 to 1.
Great, great. And so as an individual that I come to you, would I walk in and you'd be able to come out and greet me, and we could start from there and set up an appointment if I had an issue that I wanted to talk to, and perhaps it's not something you would cover, but you'd be able to recommend another attorney in town?
Well, that would work maybe. The better thing to do would probably be to call me.
Sure.
And usually what I like to do is speak to somebody on the phone, find out the facts of the incident, and see if there's something I can do to help them versus them wasting a trip into town or something if they're driving, from Crystal River or Homosassa. Because sometimes there are things that maybe it's just beyond my realm.
Sure.
Or maybe it's something that I don't handle, like medical malpractice or something.
Exactly. Well, it sounds just like there's so many of our merchants in our association that truly want to have a one-on-one relationship with their clients, or make them feel like they're welcome, and there's just a place that they could come to and have a service that they need be provided to them. And it sounds like this is what you're offering as well.
Well, I think one of the nicest compliments, and I've heard it from several of my clients, is that they feel like a weight's been taken off their shoulders. When they come in and we go through the paperwork and we sign up a case, that's my job, is to make sure that they know what's going to happen, take some of the scary out of it, and just let them know that we're there for them.
Exactly. If you've had an accident, the last thing you need is more stress in your life.
Stress and paperwork.
Stress and paperwork, which I think paperwork could, bring on that stress as well. Exactly. So speaking of the community, you're involved in other aspects of the community. I understand you're a Rotarian, Inverness Rotarian as well.
I am, thank you. Enjoy going to those meetings as well on Tuesdays over at Vandervalk. I'm active in Rotary. I'm also active in another business group that meets at Black Diamond on Wednesdays, Suncoast Business
Very
Masters.
good. So it sounds like you give back to the community as well, take care of your family. It sounds like you have a very busy schedule. Well, if folks wanted to come and talk to you about PI, how would they find you? What's your phone number and what's your website?
Well, my phone number is 637-1960, and my website is www.lauralaw.com.
Great. Thank you for coming and joining us tonight, Laura. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Lace.
You're welcome. So that concludes this segment of Inverness in the Spotlight. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you will join us next week for another great time of listening to what's going on in our greater Inverness area and the merchants that provide services to you as well. So thank you, and we'll see you next week.